Geek Dad Life presents Toy Geeks, a live toy talk show. Tonight we're going to talk about the Cat's Lair being oh so close to its early bird and backer goal of 3,000 backers. We'll talk about all of that and more tonight on Toy Geeks. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Toy Geeks. My name is Jay, and with me, as always, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my good friend John. John, how you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing William. Today, Colleen and I shotgunned both Oppenheimer and Barbie back to back, and I'm an existential, like a positive existentialist, and these two movies, ironically, are like both very existential, like in their theming, and they're both amazing. Super excited to talk about them tomorrow on Screen Geeks. So if you haven't seen the thumbnail for that on GDL2, highly recommend you go bookmark it or subscribe bell, all that fun stuff. But Ralph and I will be talking about Barbenheimer tomorrow on GDL2, Geek Dad Life 2. So don't miss that. But John, there's toy stuff to be talking about. Even though at Barbie, it's a lot of Mattel talking Barbie, John.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's one of the most timeless toy lines, ever created.
Yep.
I mean Barbie has more lineage than any other current toy on the market.
That's true. I mean, unless you count Hot Wheels, but Barbie's even longer than Hot Wheel, right?
Barbie is 1956. Hot Wheels is 68.
Yeah.
So I mean, Barbie is the reigning champion of toys for real. I mean, this in the pandemic, Barbie sales. I mean, toy sales in general, were upside down, but I mean, Barbie was killing it with Mattel. So, yeah, I mean, hats off to Barbie.
I loved it. It definitely takes the piss out of Mattel quite a bit. It doesn't shy away from the ridiculous Barbies, like Pregnant Midge, and there's a lot of fun call outs and a lot of jokes at Mattel's expense. I give Mattel credit for like approving that movie because it didn't pull punches in regards to Mattel or just corporate culture in general. It made fun of a lot of it. I got a lot of big laughs, and Oppenheimer is incredible. Christopher Nolan at his best. So I'll look forward to talking about that tomorrow. Yeah, Barbie is the OG plastic gangsta. Pray for Midge. Barbie is the god emperor of toys. But anyway, John, we've got some toy news still to talk about because the Cat's Lair is really close. We've got checking on the Haslab. We definitely I want to go back to G.I. Joe. I think it's one of the main touch points we really didn't dig into on Wednesday's show. And we kind of recap Comic-Con. We see the Biker Mice from Mars bikes for the first time. And we definitely got to get some Stump John action going as well. So that's what we'll talk about tonight on Toy Geeks. But we cannot start the show without saying hello to the chat. So let's say, hey, let me go back here. Let me go back for Elise. There we go. We got James, Hung Wen, Lucha, Johnny in the house, Cardboard Galaxy. Lucha and Kayla Silva just did their stream on Barbenheimer as well a little bit earlier on Geek the F Out. Definitely check that out. Cardboard Galaxy, Andy Silva, Ryan Dole is in the house. Two guys talking toys, Fake Wood Table, Peak Obi-Wan, Rick Capabianco, Mike Lorenzo, Doomsday, Brian Carr, Comics, Baducci Studios in the house. We got Rob here. We got Randall, Scott, Arthurian, Comics is here. Jack Knight, Rock Nerd Radio, Toy Geekosaurus in the house. Make Mine Marvel, Mr. Crispex, a hero among men. If you notice, John, my rat catcher has a little windshield on it right here.
That's been missing forever.
Yeah, I bought it missing. I was like, there's no way up, but whatever. I'd never seen a rat catcher, period. So I picked it up, and he texted me. He was like, hey, this is up on eBay. It's a reasonable price. And I was like, on the convention floor. And I clicked buy it now on the convention floor. And now my rat catcher has a windshield. So thank you, Mr. Chris Becks, for letting me know. Speaking moistly, and so many. Oh, is that like a play on the and so on, Charlie Weaver? But I'll still say your name, Charlie Weaver. Unless that's another person using Charlie Weaver's picture in a new We're getting conspiracy theories here. Ostradamus Toys, Wheel Joker, Robert Helder, Riley Bob is here. Dirty Sanchez, Mecha Man Blade, Josh Brown is here as well. Emperor, Wheel Joker, Wen, Free Reign, Leonard Peaton, and so many more. There we go. And so many more. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, exactly. Definitely getting readjusted for sure. For hanging out with us tonight on Toy Geeks. All right, John, we haven't done a giveaway in a really long time. Mainly because it's super busy. It's really hard to keep track of shipping and crap like that. I'm not the best at it. I will readily admit. They eventually get out, though. But I accidentally bought 2 Black Chrysanthemums from Comic-Con. So if you watch Toying Around with Kevin on Thursday, I unboxed the Black Chrysanthemum I got at Comic-Con. It's an amazing TVC figure, although I think it's overpriced. And for some reason, I bought 2 of them at $40. So my stupidity is your gain, ladies and gentlemen. If you want a fantastic TVC Comic-Con exclusive Book of Boba Fett Black Chrysanthemum figure, you can get one. John, what do you think the light goal should be for this bad boy?
Ooh, I think well, I'm gonna go generous because I know you don't want to have to hold on to 2 Black Chrysanthemums.
What? I could totally hold on to you.
I'm gonna say an even 300.
Ooh, 300. Okay. We're already over 300 viewers right now. John's being nice to y'all. So definitely hit the like button. And we'll give away this Black Chrysanthemum. And then tonight for the patrons, John, and we'll do this at After Dark. We're going to give away a, this is the, I'm blanking on the name now. Vicron.
That's Vicron.
And this one was given to the channel by Matt Bush. To do as I saw fit and I see fit to give it away. So if you need a Vicron, become a patron today at patreon.com/geekdadlife. We'll give it away in After Dark. And John, After Dark, you already know the main topic of this After Dark. Oh, did I not plus it in here? Dang it. I'll do that in a second. Don't worry. It's big teaser. It's going to be there at some point. But John knows. The theme of it is flea market steals. And you know the steal I'm talking about because I showed it to you in your shop yesterday. John. That and a lot of other toy hauls this week. Praise the Bush, indeed. Already 136 likes. So get those likes in. All right, John. Let's get into it. Cat's Lair. I thought it didn't have a chance in hell of getting the 3,000 by the 30th. That's today. Today is the last day. To hit the early bird goal, which would unlock the key of Thundera, or key to Thundera, a life-size, or I guess, a full 1/1 scale replica of the key to Thundera. And if it hits 3,000 by midnight tonight, it will, unlock that for everybody, an early bird goal. But if we look at Brian Brink's chart, it was just kind of humming along, probably, gonna hit the goal. But on Wednesday, we said the fact that you kind of have to pay up front for this thing, or you can do the payment plan, it might affect the way this thing fluctuates compared to other Haslab backers. And look what happened Friday. People got paid on Friday. People, I guess they also unlocked it for Canadians to purchase as well. And lo and behold, Friday, we saw a huge jump in backers. And now, John, the key is in play tonight. I think we're less than, hold on, let's see. We're less than 370 away from unlocking the key. Time's ticking, though. It's the end of today, but we're definitely in the...
So you're telling me there's a chance.
...territory. John, what's your thoughts here? Is this shocking, surprising? What are you feeling?
I'm very surprised. I'm surprised, mostly because, going into day one, like I didn't realize that there was no the Canadian shipping wasn't worked out yet. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
But another question: is this closing at midnight Eastern or midnight Pacific?
I would guess Pacific because they're all
of San Diego.
Coasters. Yeah.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, not West Coasters. I'm sorry. So either San Francisco or San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not saying EST or EDT since we're in daylight savings time, or PDT. But that would be my guess. So 3 a.m. East Coast time.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, if you're watching, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, because I'm trying to figure out the amount that we need per minute, because that's what it's down to. It's cats lairs per minute now that need to be purchased to make this happen. And I feel like it's so close. It's way closer than I thought it was going to be for the early bird. It's just like, Super7 is probably excited to have it happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're excited that the numbers have climbed this much.
Yes.
What do you think? Do you think that they would give an extra day if needed to get the key? Like, I understand the early bird. That's it. That's
sure.
the early bird. But it's weird that it's ending not on the last day of the month.
That's fair.
It's ending on the 30th, not the 31st. There's an extra day of the month. I think they should have given it to the end of the month.
Ooh,
it makes it's like even and odd numbers. Like, why end it on the 30th when there's still an extra day?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it has to do with accounting or something, where they needed to place this order to get the key produced.
Oh, that's fair. That maybe that's the holdup for whatever that's worth.
But I mean, you come on, you're this close. it would be like, oh, sorry, park's closed. The cat out front should have told you. Where they should, like, I feel like it's so close, and it's still so far away.
Yeah,
because now it like there's more than one needs to be sold per minute for this to happen.
That's true, but it could happen. I don't. Is anybody out there watching right now? We got five. It's Definitive Toy says 5 hours 43 minutes. Are there anybody lingering that want to back this thing? I want to back it, but I do not have the funds. Will not have the funds till the first of the month. It's just not going to happen for me.
Right.
So I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. Unless I did this interest-free 4 interest-free installments, or from 58.67 a month with shop pay. Whatever that is.
I think shop pay is essentially you give them like your card information, and then they just charge your card every month, rather than like deducting from a checking account. Like, I think it's essentially, you're still gonna have to pay interest and everything on it, because it's unless you just make the payment as soon as they make the charge. But they do have interest inclusion, or including interest payment plans, and then interest free payment plans as well.
Yeah.
But it depends, I think the interest free, it's only broken up into 4 payments.
Yeah.
And Shop Pay does do a credit check. And then that's the one that's broken up into the $58 payments.
But that's where it's tough. Like, if it does a credit check, or if you're doing multiples of them, like that'll start dinging your credit in not a good way.
Right. And I think it's 15% interest if you are approved. So at the end of the day, you end up paying, I think it was like around $710 to $715 before shipping. Not including the shipping. So just for the Cat's Lair would be a little over $700 if you chose that way. But I guess if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people are commenting on the time being different depending on your browser. Comics actually checked on that. Okay, so it's based on PST time, but the countdown is based on each person's own time zone. So even though you might be seeing different times, The actual time is Pacific time. Not specific, Pacific. We got a super chat I want to call into as well. Charlie Weaver, new feature in the right corner. You bet. I stole it from our friends at Toy Anxiety. Top super chat. So I put Charlie up there in the corner for a $2.99 super chat. Thank you, Charlie. And I love you, Charlie, but I hope someone knocks you off your pedestal at $2.99. But we'll see what happens. Hardboy actually specifically Pacific. Thunderhouse I was so use a VPN to back from the slowest time zone. It is in the FAQ. Thank you, Tim Frayer. That's awesome. I figured it would be, but just didn't have time to read things live on air. That was really boring. 161 likes, need 139 more. Let's see. Where's I think Andrew Gady's toys. I want to plus this in if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. The want is there, but money and more importantly, space just ain't. No, I totally get it. This one's even more so, I would say, than money. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money, but more so than money. The space constraints are the problem there, right?
Yeah, especially with, I mean, if you got an Eternia and you're going to plan on a Cat's Lair, where are you going to put it all? Where is it all going to go?
I have a plan, John. Okay.
Going to start hanging play sets upside down from the ceiling.
You just got to think fourth dimensionally. Okay. It's gonna be like in
it's going to look like
Inception where the thing folds in on itself.
Yeah. What is it? Who made that painting of the stairs?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about, where it's like it just continually goes.
Yeah, it's just continuous stairs in every direction, and there's no there's no actual end to anything. Was that the same painter of Starry Night?
Man, I don't know. I don't think so.
I can't remember. They're all
someone
all
let us know in the chat. MC Escher. There we go. MC Escher. I figured Toy Art would let us know. Thank you, Zach. But yeah, Matt Bush dropped in a super chat as well. So I'm going to plus that in a second. Don't worry. I will say I'm doing this manually, so there's not any like automation to this at all. But thank you, Matt Bush, protecting my rep, Charlie. Thanks for that, bud. Van Gogh, sorry. Yes, the Scream. Is your thing a Scream? No, Starry Night. Yep. Okay. Escher. Mega J Retro in the house. Can we make it tonight? No matter what, we're getting the Cat's Lair. John, let's talk about that. Yeah, because at this point, we're so close to at least, even if the early bird unlock doesn't happen tonight, we're at least close enough, I would say, at this point, to confidently say that this thing's going to get backed. What's your thoughts? Is that a safe assumption at this point?
Yeah, I think it's very safe to say it's going to get funded, especially when this is going into September. The whole campaign into September. There's still plenty of time, and like you had said, like a lot of people can't pay this if they are going to just pay for it outright. Can't do it till the first of the month or the first week of the month anyway. So there could be a 10 or 20% jump on Tuesday.
Yep.
So, I really think I go back to thinking this should have been like the early bird. Like, it's a weird calendar on that.
It is weird.
It's so strange.
Yeah. Like I wonder, I'm sure there was reasons. I'm sure there was, but I wonder if it was thought through.
Right. Like, was it only so many days from reveal at the con? Like, this is the opening date, this is the end date, so many hours, so many days.
I think so. That's what kind of makes sense in my mind why they would want to go that way. So,
but I mean, it's close. It is very close.
Oh, it's so close.
It's close. It's close enough that Super7 should say, we can do another day.
But I also see there's like, well, they put their line in the sand.
That's the early bird.
Yeah. And And close but no cigar. Like I kind of, let's just say this. I'm not going to be like, oh, Super7 screwing the fans. Like, well, they picked their date. That's the date. We all knew that was the date. And it is an early bird. So it had to, be a relatively short amount of time. And, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And thankfully, it's not like a burble or something. Like it's not the end of the world if we don't get it. It just stinks because we're so close and we could get this extra thing. We could make them have to spend more money.
Yeah. It's not instrumental to the function of the playset. It's just a fun throw in.
Yeah. Mega J says we got this. I think there's a good chance. We'll see how it plays out as we stream tonight. But yeah, for sure. It is. Well, I think so. I assumed it was metal.
Yeah, I think that I'm pretty sure they said it was metal.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now. I think he said it was metal. If anybody remembers, I'm pretty sure he said metal in my interview walkthrough with him. But anyways, yeah, we'll see. If you haven't done it yet, hit the like button. Giving away a Comic-Con exclusive Black Chrysanthemum. A $40 3¾ figure. Josh Brown, y'all gonna be sad with a plastic key. It's free. You're just throwing it in.
Right.
But I think the other thing to remember here too is the other goals aren't that much further. The lab is at 4,000. The Astrolino's at 5,000. Given the fact we're almost at 3,000 with all of this time left, this isn't like the Haslabs that are 45 days. This is 60 days. John, do you think all of the tiers, which is only 2,300 some odd beyond where we are right now, are they all in play as of this moment?
I think so. I think it could definitely happen. I think once the first of the month comes around, or the first week of the month, we'll see a jump. And could probably see another jump at the beginning of September as well. And I think between then and now, all the other there's going to be orders that trickle in. So and that's kind of how it was from really day 2, day 3 up until the Canadian orders being figured out. It was a bit of a trickle, and then we had a huge jump when the international stuff was figured out, and then a little bit of a jump just because I think the people that figured out how can I get it? What can I guess maybe I'll sell a few things.
Sure.
I'm going to back it now so we get the key. And then I think the line will continue the way that it did after that very first jump, where it's just going to a slow climb. This is a slow burn on this.
Yep. But it is.
It's definitely in play.
Oh yeah.
For everything.
Yep. No, I agree. As someone who fully intends to back this thing, I'm excited. I think there's a full chance for all of these things to happen. The thing is, though, historically, whenever you pass the early bird date on some other crowd funds, sometimes it kind of plateaus and you have a last day spike. But again, it's just the way this thing is going to play out is just going to play differently because you're having to put the money up front. And someone like me, who, if it was like a Haslab, I would have backed it already. Right. Because there was no financial commitment in that moment. I'm just putting my intent in, but it's a little bit different here. So yeah, I think everything is in play. Josh Brown, I just don't understand charging now. If it didn't get funded, why would they want to deal with all the refunds? I agree, Josh. We said that on Wednesday when we talked about it. But that's what they've chosen to go with, and whether that negatively affects the overall performance, that's the business choice they made. But Brian Brankin, I'll put a link to the chat of this in the chat here. Added some more charts to the Super7 page. So we've got our Cat's Lair weekly backers so far. So again, kind of crazy. The week 2, which is rare on these backers, is greater than week 1. Again, I think that having to pay up front and the international backers coming in affected that result. And then we're really close, only 370 to get unlocked and potentially get the key, which is showing this little gray graph here. Once that gets hit, then the other 2 tiers or the next tier will show up in this pie chart. And then we have our daily backer volume. And again, kind of crazy. This is your day one Comic-Con. And then, just kind of putting along here. And then that huge, even bigger than Comic-Con results this Friday, which is, seen greater results even than Comic-Con, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this week is greater than the first couple of days of this crowdfund. So this one's very fascinating, just seeing how this Cat Slayer is playing out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Josh Brown, I do want to plus in this. I think kind of concludes his thoughts here. That being said, I don't mind crowdfunds at all. Heck, all Super 7 Ultimates have a minimum purchase to make. Essentially, stealth crowdfunding. That's true.
It's true.
The key is chocolate. 313 left to fund. It's close. We'll check in at the end of the show just to see how much closer is out. Can people back out if the early bird doesn't happen? That's a great question. I would think so. I don't know. Has anybody tried to back out yet?
Right. I mean, there's always a way to back out if you. I assume using your own card, paying if you paid for it that way. I assume there's always a way to back out.
Yeah.
But doing like the shop pay where you've now financed it separately, I bet that's a little bit more difficult.
Yep.
And now you have a ding on your credit.
Yeah.
from the credit check. So it's probably not a good idea to back out.
Yeah, agree. It's not that I'm anyone's financial advisor, nor should I be, given how I collect toys, and it's a stupid expense.
Considering how you treat user
exactly. But I would not recommend that financial course of action. All right, let's check on the other Haslabs out there, or other crowdfunds out there. I'm sorry. And the Ghost is ghosting along, not coasting along, but ghosting along with 9,129 backers, and pacing just a little. If you can see right here in the chart, pacing a little bit below the Razor Crest, but still kind of hanging in that range, which means it's doing really well. So far. We do have more data here from Brian Brink on these charts. As you can see, comparatively, week over week, it's trending lower, especially on week 2. It's trending a lot lower than the Razor Crest did at the time. And then in terms of Ezra, which is the next tier, at 11,000, we're 83% of the way to unlock Ezra. So that means 1,871 backers to go for Ezra. And then we got a little more work to do for Kanan and Zeb. And then in terms of the daily backer volume, this one I found fascinating. The daily backer volume, you can actually see it actually trends a lot lower if we just go day to day to day. But still, the fact that the unlock was at 6,000 for Razor Crest and 8,000 for the Ghost does put that, those numbers into perspective as well. John, thoughts on how the Haslab is doing?
I mean, it looks like it's doing well. It's already funded. It's already funded. So, I mean, it was a little over 24 hours, right? Fully funded.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that speaks for itself. I don't know if this is going to hit the same sort of numbers as the Razor Crest.
Mm-hmm.
I still really think that there is a lot of Star Wars burnout.
Yes. Yep. But there's also, this should be funding through Ahsoka, I think. So through
the entire series?
Crap, I don't know. Let's just look real quick. I have the internet in my fingertips. Ahsoka series dates. It's set for August 23rd. Ooh, yeesh. That's cutting it close, right? Because it's 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, maybe it'll go like halfway through. So again, we may not know if it gets blown up or not by the end of this.
Yeah, I think. What does that mean? That means what? We might see 3 episodes of Ahsoka.
Yeah. So hopefully the Ghost is prominent in those 3 to 4 episodes.
I mean, I would assume it is, but as long as it survives, it doesn't. The Razor Crest was prominent, and that didn't matter.
Yeah,
just blow that up. But I think the Ghost will do pretty well, but I do still think there's a lot of Star Wars burnout because of the pricing of so many figures. I mean, $40 for Black Chrysanthemum. I don't care if it's in a box. It's not a $40 figure.
No.
And it's reflecting through the entire TVC series.
Sure.
A deluxe series figures or deluxe packs. Just because it has one extra accessory, now it's $35 or
the Star Wars tax is oppressive.
Yeah, the Star Wars tax is unbelievable.
We're about to dump Star Wars figures into the Boston Bay or whatever. I don't know. The Boston Tea Party. What was
the Boston Tea Party? Yeah, because
but what
tax.
Was that in the ocean or like was it a bay or a
No, it's Boston Harbor.
Harbor, that's right. Boston Harbor, that's it. Yeah. We're gonna dump our
So there's gonna be a Star
Wait, you froze. Hope you come back in a second. But like, what if, because their headquarters is in New Hampshire. Where's their headquarters? No, Rhode Island.
No, Rhode Island. Yeah,
Rhode Island. So, I mean, theoretically, they could be getting imports in Boston Harbor of packages of these TVC figures, and we could just dump them into the ocean because we're sick of our Boba Fett tax. Boston Harbor. Sorry, yes, Harbor, yeah. But I knew it was Boston in the water in the Boston Tea Party. I'm a history major. I just wasn't so much on American history. I was more European and South American and Middle Eastern history. But there's a couple things here. Liquid Cucumber Ghost is in Rise of Skywalker, so it's not getting blown up. I completely forgot about this fact.
Forgot about that.
So there you go. Toy Collector Magazine. The Ghost is toast. It's gonna look at like Liquid Cucumber said. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And also I want to make sure we're sending all the love and support to Blake Wright, who announced on his Facebook battling cancer right now. So I want everybody, like I believe in the power of positive thoughts and sending in good vibes people's way, or if you're a prayer or whatever, however you want to go about it, let's send all of our collective positive energy Blake's way as he fights cancer, because cancer. But I know at least we've known Blake now for I don't know 4 or 5 years or something like that. That dude is tenacious AF. I have no doubt he's going to beat it. But Blake, we love you, and sending all of the support that we can your way. We are at 90% on the Lair, so there you go. Oof. So I as long as it hits the tiers, there we go. Positive vibes to Blake. You got this. All the good wishes. You got this, Blake. Give Blake a big shout out on Toy Frenzy and his power of positivity. Indeed, Blake, we got your back, man. We got your back. Let's F and go, Blake. F cancer. Agreed. Prayers and positive energy. So much love and good vibes. And again, hung out with Blake at Comic-Con, a couple different panels, walking around. Blake, you're a kick-ass gentleman, good sir. So I think we're at, let's check in on the likes. We're at 218 over 300. Thank you, Scott, for letting us know. Highly Articulated says a Corellian fighter was in Rise. We don't know it was the Ghost. See, damn it. Highly Articulated. You couldn't just let us hope that it wasn't gonna get blown up.
It was just another ship. That's it. Just
Angry Elf in a different time zone and didn't realize the show had started. I will say, John, we did our Sunday stream before Comic-Con, and it was on West Coast time. And it was weird starting that show at 6 o'clock. It was really, really weird. Super weird. It was the Ghost too. Oh man, Josh Brown, saw your podcast with Dan Larson, and you are a freaking hustler. Like, agreed. The fact that he like basically runs Toy Collector solo is a testament to that. It takes a ship to build a village. And Blake says thanks to everyone. So Ralph, it's weird watching it at 6 o'clock. All right, let's move along here, John. Anything else you want to say about this before we move on?
No. Well, keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. It's going to succeed regardless.
Yeah, I think just where it's at right now, especially when Ahsoka hits, I think Brian Brink said these little spikes that you can see in here were related to the when because the Razor Crest was during the season of Mandalorian. It's just it ended funding before it blew up. But anyway, so there's more spikes coming here, especially when Ahsoka comes online. Paul Galino says, not to be a Has hater, but is anyone else having trouble with Pulse orders showing up damage? I thought Pulse was supposed to be for collectors. I haven't had too many issues, and I've been a Pulse member for a couple years now. John, have you had issues with shipping from them?
Not really. The last things I got were what did I get last? Indie figures. And I mean, everything seemed okay. But
yeah,
I mean, everything else that I've ordered, whether it was, like Serpentor, where he comes also in a separate shipper. Like most of the stuff I've ordered from Pulse also has like a shipper sleeve. So I'm probably a bad opinion to ask.
Well, I've gotten several things over the years, and it's always been packaged well. But I'm not going to say my or your experience is everybody's experience, but just personally, the things I've ordered, I haven't had an issue for the most part. BBTS, I haven't had issues. I haven't had issues with Entertainment Earth. The only time I had one there was the driver actually just set it out, not under my porch area, and it got rained on and got kind of trashed. But that's not Entertainment Earth's fault. And the only one I've had trouble with is Walmart. That's the only one where they're putting and Amazon too. I've had issues with Amazon where they put in a bubble mailer, or it's just trash by the time, or they put in a box way too small and just bin the card to fit it in there,
or a box way too big with no packing material, and it just bangs around inside of a giant box.
See people in the chat. Mine have all been wrapped cardboard mesh. Only twice it came messed up from Hasbro. They mangle the retro classified figures just as bad as Walmart. Oh, box fine, product not. Okay. Feel like Hasbro's a closeout option. They're going to sell their other vendors, then complete orders from them directly. That's if there's a frustration I do have with Hasbro Pulse. It is that it's the getting it after everybody else gets it, where that's the only time I've actually had to. That's a fair point that I've had frustrations with it. Wookiee Sasquatch Hasbro Pulse usually arrives okay, just every once in a while a little damage. Walmart 100% of the time ran over by a truck.
Yep.
We're at 235 likes. Keep hitting the like, people. Really close to doing a giveaway. Riley Bob, Walmart and Amazon give 0 Fs. FedEx is terrible for damages. Be careful. I think we have a FedEx representative in the house. They may want to defend FedEx's honor right here. But yeah, orders have usually been packed well. Let me go up a little bit. Renders says Creations he has beef with items disappearing in transit due to bottom tier shipping costs or outer ship box so poorly taped it open on delivery. I haven't had that issue, but that stinks. If that's been the case, Renders, I'm sorry. That sucks.
I can second that.
You had that? Okay.
Yeah, my Vicrons, like the box that the Vicron shipped in, the shipper box.
Yeah.
Like the tape was so like off centered and like weirdly positioned. It wasn't like over the seam of the cardboard.
Yeah.
It was just like a tiny little bit was over the seam. The rest was on too far to one side. So it was just an open box, and it just made it.
Oof. I've had that. I've had that recently, but I don't know if it was a Mattel creation. I think it was another thing being shipped. FedEx right here, babe. In all seriousness, all in, and complain to the contractor knows there's an issue with the driver sucking at deliveries. Oh, complain. There you go. Got a complaint. Susan LaBelle, FedEx has beef with our house. Same driver delivered 2 different things to not our house in the same week.
Yep.
Damn. It's not like you're like trapped in the woods or something. It's a cul-de-sac. Like it's a nice little cute cul-de-sac. How do you and every house is unique. So how do you mess that up?
He didn't even deliver him to this street.
Oh, really?
It was like another like 2 neighborhoods over. Like the guy that came and brought us our packages. Like he came on, he only has a motorcycle, so he like strapped 2 boxes to the saddlebag.
Your FedEx driver is a motorcycle?
No, not the FedEx driver. The house that he delivered to.
Oh, okay.
And he brought 2 boxes, and they were both different days, but the same driver delivered them to the same house. Do you know what I mean? Like he misdelivered 2 days.
He screwed up twice, essentially.
To the same house. So they are totally doing it on purpose.
Ugh, I'm sorry. I need to get Derek Hoover on it.
Oh, I made complaints. You best believe I made complaints.
Hoover handles the complaints, chief. Let's keep moving on. John's neighbor is like paper boiling faster. NECA does a horrible job using enough bubble to prevent your box from sliding back and forth, and they don't care if you're an in-box collector. I generally don't order from NECA online, just I feel like it's always more expensive than if I just try to find it at Walmart or something like that, because their shipping's kind of nuts. Is it still nuts? It's been a while, but the last time I attempted, I was like, why is this way more than if I bought it anywhere else? You recently did the Alf. Was it still kind of crazy for Alf?
I think it was. I want to say it was like 15 or it was way more than it should be. Like way more than it should be. I'm pretty sure. And then last time, other than that, was that D&D set, that Dungeons and Dragons retro collection from last Comic-Con.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I remember right, the shipping was like 15 or something for one figure. That is high.
It's like 15 flat shipping now at NECA. So if you get something bigger, I guess that might be worthwhile. But an Alf, which isn't that big of a box, not great. I don't know if you watch me on toying around, but the SDCC Alf is amazing.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's just the same as the regular release, but
look at this cool ass. Did yours come with a cool ass video camera?
No, that's for SDCC.
Yeah. So and it comes. I have the cell phone around here too, but all the accessories, the Comic-Con accessories, are freaking awesome. They're so good.
Yeah, ours will be here this week. It's shipped.
Nice. Okay. Let's talk about. We got a super chat here from Doomed Hub. Probably the best spaceship is Enterprise D. Best spaceship. Shoo. I love the Enterprise D. Honestly, I do love it. I have vintage Playmates. I got the vintage Playmates one right there. So I do love the Enterprise D. I think I would still put the Falcon over the D. I don't know, John. Where would you put the Enterprise D in spaceships?
Yeah, I don't have like a Star Trek. I don't defend or go to battle for Star Trek. Like I don't have enough love for it, so it'll always be something else over that. I appreciate it, but I'm not like, one is better than the other. I just can't say, I like the Falcon. The design of the Enterprise ships have always been pretty cool.
Same. I've always loved them. My dad would watch reruns of TOS when I was little, and then when I got into TNG, it's such a cool design. Like it's just neat. Like I would just doodle it in my notebooks all the time.
Right. It's easy. It's just the circle.
Yep. Line, body, and the two cells. But side by side, I think I would still go Millennium Falcon. I don't know. That's a tough one. Tough feat. I have to think about that one for a minute. I like the Firefly too. I do. It's been a minute since I've watched Firefly, but I do love Firefly. It's been a minute. But anyways, okay. Let's keep moving on here, John, because we did our big Comic-Con recap and we kind of ran out of time to talk about G.I. Joe Classified. They had a hell of a panel at about the same time as our Toy Tubers Unite panel. And they had some new render reveals. And they all look like bangers. John, any ones you want to call out or talk about specifically first here?
I mean, come on, the Dreadnoks.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
I mean, Buzzer and Ripper. Man. That his Jaws of Life thing has always been like, I think, one of the coolest accessories for G.I. Joes. And then when they like in the 25th anniversary, when they finally made the Jaws that like articulate, I was like so blown away just by having that. Like, it was so simple, just two little jaws on a hinge now rather than fixed. But these guys look so cool, so cool. I am ecstatic that there's more Dreadnoks coming.
Yep, agreed.
But they need motorcycles.
Or give me what's their vehicle? I've always loved their vehicle. I have the vintage one. What's their Dreadnought?
The Dreadnought. The trike or the Thunder Machine?
Thunder Machine, yeah. Because it's just, I've always loved Mad Max. Even like my dad watched it and I watched it as a kid and didn't really get it, but I just loved his car so much. And I always felt like that car was kind of Mad Maxian. Because they didn't really have an action figure car for Mad Max. So that was kind of like in my head canon, my Mad Max car. So anyway, yeah. All that is to say, really excited for those.
Yep.
And I agree. Yeah, it should be if Vamp's coming out. Yeah, Thunder Machine. Thank you, everybody. And they have exactly, like, it was very clearly tapping into Mad Max, but have they ever done like a cool action figure version of the Mad Max car?
I mean, no, I don't think so.
The V8 Intercept, that's a car. That's a nerd car I want. And I would need both versions. I would need like the Mad Max version and the Road Warrior version because they're both distinctly amazing.
I think the closest thing, and it's not even a Mad Max car, but like I think the closest thing from the world of Mad Max was like those Tonka steel monsters.
Yes.
Where, it was like the dump truck, but it was like all like armored up. And then there was like a grader and like a sort of like a Bronco maybe that had like the machine gun turret.
Yes.
I think that's probably the closest thing to Mad Max-esque sort of vehicles, but those were 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think that is the closest we got. But Ramen Toys, I didn't do because I didn't really care for the Charger whenever it was, no matter the iteration, whether it was Haslab or yours. But damn, if you did a Mad Max car, well, then that might be, I've got to back that. Just saying. Hashtag just saying. I don't know if you're watching right now, Ramen, or later, but you should do it. 80s experience with a $5 super chat. Vamp is my reveal highlight. Vamp equals Stinger equals MMS equals ASP. Floodgates are open, people. Plus, my favorite ground vehicle was this. Hard to argue. Getting the Vamp, you're right. It's huge. It's huge getting the Vamp because the repaint opportunities here are huge.
Yeah. Obviously, the Stinger will be next. Vamp Mark II, Tiger Force, Tiger Sting.
I think I want the Tiger Force one. Oh, sheesh.
They just opened up the doors for all the fans, saying, we're going to do a vehicle. It's not a crowdfund. It's, whether or not this is going to be main retail release, store exclusive, or Pulse, however they're going to do it, I'm going to assume that, like, if there is a variant like Vamp Mark II or a Tiger Sting, those would probably be more exclusives
Yeah.
But I think that the Vamp and the Stinger should be just available anywhere.
Agreed. Agreed.
But I'm just surprised that they're doing another vehicle that's, we got the Air Chariot. This is obviously bigger than the Air Chariot.
Yeah. Yep.
But it really just, it's awesome that they're doing another vehicle.
Yeah. The first, the Air Chariot wasn't really retail, right? Because it was a convention exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
And so, this is could we say this is the first substantial retail vehicle? I mean, we've gotten bikes, but this is like a legit vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah. This is absolutely the best sort of first retail entry for what they could do. Because we can't really say that the Ram cycle is a vehicle. It is, but it's not. It's not like a. This is going to outdo that so much.
Easily. Yep. You're right. Trouble Bubble again. Those kind of small things. This is in my mind, a vehicle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. 4 wheels, steering wheel, vehicle. And yeah, thank God Vamp isn't another Haslab. I think that's what we all said. It was maybe it is a Vamp, but it's even the Hiss tank was borderline, but they threw so much into the thing, and it's a big honking, tank. That they pushed it into that category. I will say, I don't know if we talked about it, John, but the Dragonfly in person is incredible. That thing, the Hiss tank is like this, and that helicopter is like this. I can't even fit it in frame right now. It's insane. And yes, the Baroness bike was like a child's toy. So yeah, absolutely thrilled to see Vamp revealed and not be a Haslab. Totally agree. And it comes with a figure too, which is great as well, right?
Yep.
I agree. I don't think that this Vamp's going to be $100 or over. I think, $69, $79. That's what I think. What do you think the price is at? Have they said it? I guess not, if we're guessing.
I haven't seen it anywhere, but I'm gonna guess. I'm going to throw my hat in at 85 for this.
Okay. It's a good guess. Thunderhouse says $59.99. I think with the figure, that's where I'm like, the Serpentor with the Air Chariot was $79.99.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a convention exclusive, a lot of unique pieces. They know they can repaint this thing 100 times, unlike the Air Chariot. So that's why I think retail shelves, higher MOQ. I think this thing is in the $69.99 or $79.99. I think it's in that wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it's like, I know Serpentor was 80, but they're gonna make a lot more of these Vamps than they are Serpentor, right? So that to me says it's gonna be lower than Serpentor, or at least the same, if not lower.
Yeah. But like you said, they're gonna use the heck out of this.
Exactly.
This is repaint central.
Yeah. And maybe take some of that Haslab money. You made a crap ton of money. So.
Right, yeah. We got some carryover from his tank and Dragonfly. We got it's like petty cash now for vehicles.
$124.99 because they know you'll pay. I don't think so. I don't see any chance this goes over $100.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think this is going to go over 100.
80s experience. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
I think if they were going to make this and knew it was going to be over $100,
yeah,
Haslab it, because they do less than $200 Haslabs, so you might as well do this with like a HAL or something that it's going to pull behind it. Like do a 2-pack of a vehicle 2-pack with the figure for $175. I think that would be received better than if you're going to try and sell this for $125 on its own at retail.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's right. I think They said they're trying to keep it under 100. I bet it's $89.99 at the cheapest. Would you be okay if it was $89.99?
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as we're under 100. Is that what we're saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean, right now people are paying. Now, granted, Serpentor and Dr. Mindbender both have gone up for pre-orders 2 more times after the initial pre-orders, right? And those initial pre-orders have all been received. People have had them for months.
Yep.
But even though that people know that there's been 2 more pre-orders for Serpentor and Mindbender, those figures are both still selling for well over $100.
Yeah. Yep.
With people knowing that, well, I can just wait and the price will drop and I'll get it closer to retail once everybody else starts getting theirs. But I'm still happy to pay for it for over 100.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if this did go over 100, people would still buy it.
Probably. I just hope it isn't. I just feel like
right. Yeah, I hope it isn't too.
Yeah. Yeah. Fortress Maximus. We'll have to put the stickers on ourselves. Probably. Rob, don't forget the bag of bones for the trunk. And then Charlie Weaver. Where'd you go? There we go. And this will come out sooner than a Haslab. That's true.
Yep.
I know we've waited a long time for that his tank, but holding it in hands in person, it's gonna be well worth their wait. I'm so pumped to finally get that thing. I don't know if you watch my breakfast thing with the Hasbro people, but she's like, you can touch it. I was like, okay. I was like, oh God. Oh God. Anyway. All right, let's real quick, just while we're on the topic of vehicles. I'm blanking now who said it in the chat. I'm sorry, I lost it now to the thing. But I guess N2 Toys was making a 6-inch Mad Max line, but they never got to release their prototype of the V8 Interceptor. So,
oh man,
again, Ramen Toys. Here's a vehicle I'd buy from you.
Yep.
Or a real, okay. I didn't mean that. It's not that you're not a real toy company, Ramen, but like a licensed company wants to do one. That'd be cool too. I don't care. I just want one. I want it. Okay. Let's keep moving on here with some more G.I. Joe. Let's see. Love the classified Hawk. And I love everyone thinking it looks like Dan Larson. And I love Dan Larson. I think it was, I'm paraphrasing the tweet, but it was something like this. I appreciate that everyone thinks that a middle-aged white dude, handsome white dude looks like me. But I don't see it, or something to that effect. But it's just, Dan Larson, you are handsome. So I just want you to know right now, you're a handsome fella. And, but this one, I don't see as much of the Dan Larson resemblance. I will say.
Right.
I will say.
It was a bearded Mr. Fantastic, wasn't it? The first Dan Larson figure.
Yes. That one, like, dead on.
Yeah,
Dan
that
Larson.
one looked like him. Yeah. This one, maybe I see it in the eyebrows, and that's really about it. Like, you can see it in the eyes.
Yeah, and the touch of gray in the hair as we get older.
Maybe the folks at the sculptors at Hasbro are giving him a nod, because he really
it is the eyebrows. I will. Yeah, it is the eyebrows.
He really went to bat for the Sky Striker.
But yeah, that's the Dan Larson selfie series figure.
Yeah, Dan Larson is the only person that gets their selfie series figure to actually look like them.
We got invited to the selfie series 2.0, which is an improved selfie series. But the brown hair, like the brunette hair, and I have brown hair, it's darker brown hair, but it's not like dark brown hair. Is still like kind of an auburn hair, and it's just, I don't think it's going to look very good once I see it, or once I get it, whenever that one ships. They owe Dan a check. Jeff Morris must buy my Dan Larson figure. Oh, yeah, I can't unsee it now. Oh man. Let's see. Mr. Super Chat here. Sorry, Wraith. It has a top, bottom, and a middle. It's substantial. Boom. There you go. Getting scanned for this General Hawk must be the reason Dan shaved his beard a couple months ago. Uh-oh. The conspiracy theories are starting, Dan. Jacob Walsh, we did it, and mine looks nothing like me. We will see when it comes in. I will say the face scan on the 2.0 was better. It was better. Like my first pass through, I was like, this doesn't even come close to looking like me, so I didn't do it. But the 2.0 face scan was infinitely better. My problem was more the hair color didn't come close, and still the hair options. There just wasn't a lot of hair options. They had more, but it wasn't as many. But anywho, oh, and that's right. Happy birthday, Jacob. I forgot.
Happy birthday, Jacob. We almost forgot.
What kind of friends would we be if we didn't wish him happy birthday? Nobody has a trigger finger like Dan Larson. Do they give discounts to bald people? I don't think so, but they have like receding hairlines as an option now. But I just feel like you should have more hair options. Riley Bob, how's the facial technology, Jay? It's time for us bald kings to get. I mean, I feel like you're better off if you're bald, because the hair, unless you have one of their particular hair types, the hair is where it still falls short for me, for sure. For sure. Jason with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Jason. Hey guys, to me, I wonder if General Hawk was swapped out at the last minute for crazy legs. No, okay, this is, and John, I'll have you give your thoughts here too. I think General Hawk's a mainline figure, and he shouldn't be trapped behind a paywall or a whatever. The only way I thought it'd be a General Hawk is if you did some cool color variant of him, right?
Yeah.
John, what's your thoughts there?
I can just tell you, I know 100% he wasn't. It's General Hawk was already on mainline planning for quite a while. He was like they already had the case assortments broken down. General Hawk was in there. That was never the case.
Yep. Yeah. He's gonna be retail.
Yeah.
Because John owns a shop now. He knows these things.
And I don't think Hasbro would do that and throw a figure like General Hawk, important character, as, well, guess what? This is the only way you're going to get him. Unless, like you said, if it was like some sort of redeco, like this is General Hawk, but not the General Hawk that is going to be in the bomber jacket, the way that his traditional look.
Yep. Rockin' Dan signed an NDA and can't confirm or deny any involvement. Ginger Comic, I wonder how long the birthday joke has been going on, and when that's the beauty of it. You'll never know now.
It's his birthday every day.
Every day we celebrate. Jacob Walsh, yeah, not good hair options, but they have an eye patch, so pirates are covered. There was an eye patch option and glasses, but the beards were better, I will say, James, like because I have a beard, and so that was the other problem, was like, how do you translate the face scan to the beard? But the beard options were good. My problem was the hair pieces weren't great, and the color, the brown was like a light brown. I was like, this is auburn, it's not brown. But anywho, aren't they putting Wild Bill behind a paywall? Yes, but like Wild Bill, like that's not as much of a paywall to me as, say, General Hawk as a third tier or something. Like as long as you back it, you're getting it, and they'll probably do another version of Wild Bill in retail. Like he's I mean, he was the pack-in with the vintage figure, right? Or the vintage.
Yeah, the vintage, the vintage Dragonfly.
So to me, there's far more reason for him to be as part of it than General Hawk.
Yeah, if it was a vehicle that didn't have like a designated driver, like something that a driver that originally came with it. Like I can't even think of a vehicle that didn't come with a.
Yep.
All of the.
I think all of them. Yeah.
All
the bigger ones.
Came with a driver. So. No, I think no matter what vehicle they did, it's going to come with that specific figure, so it'll always be behind a paywall.
Yep. Just your comic, Ryan Dole deserves a birthday too, and a confirmed Ewok Village as a playset, as a present. Sorry. Let's see. Patrick, the only selfie I got before was a Ghostbuster because I was scared they lose license. Well, they didn't, because that's the one I did. I did myself as a Ghostbuster, which was pretty. I'm excited for it, but it's not gonna look 100%. We're at 2711 backers on Cat's Lair, almost there, so under 300 now. Vintage Coco's behind a paywall. Give Hawk a slightly different paint job. Retro card, done deal. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they did some type of paint variant like the Coco, but I think you even said, John, like you would prefer the regular version anyway. The Mickey Mouse Coco is not
right. That's
probably not anyone's preferred.
Right.
Okay, Craig. Craig added sunglasses. But you know what though? Like, I feel like the brown hair actually matches Craig's hair better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll match Craig's hair the color of it very well. But for me, it just did not match whatsoever. Agreed, Jen. It is no Dolverine. 21 more likes, people. Get those likes in. John, any other ones you want to call out here? I mean, come on. We got ourselves Techno Viper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this MMS.
Yeah.
I mean, that just means that the green MMS won't be too far behind.
Yep.
Pull it behind your Vamp. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, this is sick. Absolutely fantastic. We got the Crimson Strike Team. Love a Baroness in red. She looks great in black. She looks great in red.
Yep.
Looks great here. Also getting a classic Baroness head, right? Which is nice with the circular glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It kind of looks like Super7's.
Uh-oh. Lawsuit music? We don't have lawsuit music. Yeah. Colleen, they don't have salt and pepper and salt, dad hair. No, they don't. They got to know their audience, that most of us,
most of the shoppers are receding hair, salt and pepper, or bald.
Salt and pepper. Yeah. one of the following: salt and pepper, or receding or bald. Listen, there's young people too. There's plenty of young. Nah, maybe not. I don't know. All right. Any others we want to call out here? We've got Python Patrol.
Yep. Copperhead. We knew he would be there.
Yep.
The officer. We knew he'd be coming.
Yeah.
All
good
these
stuff,
figures. Though. Yeah. Agent Helix looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Shockwave.
Yeah, Shockwave looks awesome.
Yeah, Shockwave looks great. I'm super excited for Shockwave.
Dope. Oh yeah, and yeah, Agent Helix, cool as hell. Speaking of cool hair, that's cool ass hair. 2 more likes, people. Hit the like button.
Get yourself a black chrysanthemum.
If you want a free black chrysanthemum, free the black chrysanthemum. And then also shown at the show, seeing it in person. Thoughts on the actual physical figure reveals of the show, John?
I'm excited for all of these. Tripwire looks awesome. They made a figure like where the vintage figure, he's kind of lame. Not gonna lie, the original Tripwire is kind of lame. But they made the figure look really good.
In my mind, it's like he was the Green Army man that was just the mine sweeper.
Yeah, just the Minesweeper. Yeah,
you had the most useless Green Army toy. But
the first one, he blew up, so he only made it so far. So he sent in another, and then another, and another.
But he does look good here.
Yeah, he does. And Mutt and Junkyard look awesome.
Yeah, they look great.
They do such a good job with the animals. I mean,
yes, they do.
The Fiona and Crocmaster, that Fiona looks great.
Mm-hmm.
This looks awesome. Look at that. Look at that face. All it needs is a little bit of drool coming off of those chops.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they didn't put like a little bit of I don't know.
Yeah, just a little bit of slobber, just a drip.
Yeah. Sean Forster, Tripwire was always the first Joe to die when I played as a kid. But again, like when I did Green Army Men, like that was again, there's like, well, you're getting knocked up. Like, how did you play Green Army Men, John? Because I would do, me and my cousin, we would set up 2 different, we'd have like a dividing line and we'd have our different armies set up. And then we would rubber band, like shoot them. We try to knock out each other's army with rubber bands. That was how we played Green Army Men. Did you have a different style of Green Army Men play?
Yeah, mostly mine was like just setting it up and like making a scene. That was mostly my thing. Okay. But when I was a kid, I had the vintage Marks Green Army Men, the original Green Army Men. But I also had a vintage Marks Fort Apache playset with the Cowboys and Indians.
Oh, cool.
And it was the one with like the tin metal fence.
Yeah.
The outposts on the corners.
Yep.
And so my army men were also fighting the Indians and the Cowboys. So it was like a time warp where like, my army men were like came into like the days of past.
Oh,
that's
so
how I played
Wild
with
West or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. That's how I played with mine.
Okay. All right. Slightly socially complicated in today's era, but when you were a kid, it's great. The spacemen were great too. I love the spacemen. Green Army Men equals lighters and fire. My army men were just slaughter. Where is it for the dinosaurs? Lucha Johnny, John's own Indian in the Cupboard. I love that book series, and which again, I think like if reading that now, maybe it wouldn't hold up as well. Maybe that series wouldn't hold up as well. But when I was a kid, it was a fun story. Your toys came to life. Power Turtle Buster, what up, y'all? Disappointed. No real Ghostbusters announced. They think RGB is cursed, but no. I think we've said this before. They're probably just put it on the shelf till whenever the next Ghostbuster movie comes out, which got delayed till my birthday time next year. So my assumption is we'll get more Ghostbuster stuff closer to that. Maybe PulseCon, maybe they'll do something. But next year is when I guess at the very latest, hopefully we'll see some Ghostbuster merch for the new Ghostbusters movie. That's what I would say. There you go. Patrick, Ghostbuster drops due August 10th. So sooner than then.
Oh. Wonder what it'll be.
Yeah. Disappointing. I'm not getting cool Ghostbusters. Haslab. Again, once the movie's closer to, we're going to get more Ghostbuster stuff. Ryan, you're welcome, Jay. Happy birthday, Jay. Entertainment Earth has August 10th. Well, there you go. Derek Hoover, in the Cupboard still holds up the book. The movie, not as much. That could make sense. It's kind of like watching Pocahontas now. I was like, ooh, a lot of this just. I think they had good intentions. Just doesn't play well now. But anyways, we all want the Haslab Ecto 1. We all want the Haslab Ecto 1. I want it so bad. 6-inch scale, give it to us, please. Please. And then just real quick before we get to Stump John, we got the cycles for the biker mice from Mars, from Nacelle. And they look cool. What are your biker mice from Mars without their bikes? Thoughts on these reveals, John?
They all look cool. They look, cartoon accurate. They, I think the toys from Nacelle are going to start to turn like the popularity in the sales because the RoboForce stuff is cool, but it doesn't move very much, and it's expensive. The RoboForce figures are expensive. I think biker mice stuff is going to be the change for the company where,
Plus, RoboForce is so niche. That is very niche. I mean, even biker mice is niche, but like RoboForce is a deep cut.
Yeah, RoboForce is very deep. I think doing RoboForce was like just there. I want to make a toy of something I want to make. I want to make a toy of something that I want to play with, not what is going to do well.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, sectars as well. Let's see. Let's go up. Tyrium says Cat Slayer no tax on shop pay. I would be shocked because I doubt that. Let's see. A lot of people are defending Pocahontas. Pocahontas totally holds up. That song Mel Gibson sings about searching for adventure is great. Listen, the songs are bangers. Don't get me wrong. The songs are bangers. I think where is it, Gary? Yeah, have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Absolutely. Maybe not a wolf. Maybe more coyote or fox. You have foxes around you, John? We have them in our forest out here, and they make the weirdest freaking noises. That song is accurate. The What Does the Fox Say? Because they sound like dying children being murdered. That's what foxes sound like.
That's what coyotes too. That's what coyotes sound like as well. We have those here too.
But anyway, all right, John. I think that's enough of those because I think it's time for some Stump John. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it. Turn the chat off. Can't see.
Yep. Hold on. Let me get Stump John. We haven't doing last week because actually I've done them for a couple of weeks now. Because we've been doing the Comic-Con day either.
Right. Yeah. It's been a minute.
It's been
a while, but I did pretty good last time.
You did fantastic last time. Pretty sure I haven't done these yet. Maybe I did, actually. I don't know. I don't think I did. I think I had these prepared last time. Just in case.
I'll try. I'll tell you if I've seen them before.
Okay.
I won't. No funny business.
PTB says I have a Stump John. How do I submit it? You can submit it to hold on. Where is it at? I have it somewhere around here amongst all this stuff. geekdadlife@gmail.com. You can find it there. So send your Stump Johns to there. And let me get it all ready. Make sure you have the comments turn up. And we're at 2741 backers. Also, we did hit over 300 likes. So we giving away a black chrysanthemum there. And then for our patrons, we're doing After Dark soon. And in After Dark, we'll be giving away a Mattel Creations Vicron to a lucky patron. We did our After Dark for free on Wednesday. Nearly 3,000 people watched that After Dark. An After Dark record, John.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody's like, hey, that was a really fun time, well, for $5, you get to join us every single week for After Dark. It's a ton of fun. We share our toy hauls. We also can get a little saucy, a little more loosey-goosey because of it's later and there's more drinks by that point. It's a ton of fun. And not only do you get that when you're a patron, you get access to our awesome Discord server, which is a ton of fun. That's an exclusive and more. So definitely check it out. Patreon.com/geekdadlife. And today's After Dark will be Flea Market Steals. There's a teaser image for y'all.
That is. Can you figure it out?
Can you
figure it out?
Can you figure it out?
Stump everyone else.
All right, John, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. It's that time again. It's time to stump John on his knowledge of all things toy accessories. Yes, he claims to be an expert, and we have to challenge him on that in a segment we like to call Stump John. So everywhere, all around the world, it's time to do what? It's time to stump that John. All right, John. These were submitted to us by a Matt Hart. Okay. And they are all in one image. I do have some closer shots that are part of it as well. Again, thank you all of the chats, all of the super chats. Stump John's rump. Stump that John. All music. Good to see you, friend. But then Matt Bush, still the #1 super chat. He's had it like the whole episode. I'm surprised nobody challenged him to be the top super today.
Nobody wants to beat that. They
Nobody
know
wants to
they
beat
can't.
Bush.
They know they can't win.
Yeah, they don't want to beat Bush. You know, it's like, all right, here we go.
Okay, so the tail thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe that goes to the Clash of the Titans Kraken.
It does. You are correct.
And that black machine gun in the bottom right corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's GoBot's Jeeper Creeper.
Yep, you're correct.
What's that silver, the wheel thing? It's so small. Not sure what that is. The other gun that's also GoBot's.
It is
the chrome gun. That's GoBot's. I don't know enough of the GoBot's names. I think it's a tank. No, that's not a tank. Is it a tank?
Yeah, it is. You got it.
Is he blue?
He's blue. Yep.
Okay. I don't know enough. The Jeeper Creeper
I think
guy,
he's just, as far as I wrote it here, it's just tank. So you've got Jeeper Creeper and tank, and you've got the little spinny guy and this red lid thingy.
The red lid? Is that what that is?
Orange, red.
I don't know what that is. It looks kind of familiar, but I don't know what that is. Just I have no guesses on that thing.
The red lid?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to fancy guess the little spinny thing?
I don't know what that is. Because it kind of looks like a wheel for like a GoBot. Like what's his name? What's the bad guy's name? I can't think of what his name is.
It's not a wheel for a GoBot, but it is a GoBot.
It does go to a GoBot?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a rotor for a helicopter?
It is. You don't have to know the name, but what is the name here?
Is it Copter or something like that?
It is Copter. Damn, John. 3 for 3 on the GoBots. You've gotten the Kraken. You've released the Kraken in beating the stump, John.
And there's last barrel. It's like a lid from a barrel of monkeys or something like that.
It's not a barrel of monkeys.
Is it a toy or a game?
It is a toy. It's a cool deep cut from the 80s. It's a neat one. You would definitely know it. I have a picture of it. You'll know it when you see it. But maybe this is not the most iconic piece of this playset or thing. Shit, I mean, I spoiled that a little bit, but whatever.
Even playset, I can't place this piece. I have to throw in the towel. I'm not.
You want to just throw out a
boy,
buzzer beater mid-court shot, see if it lands.
I got nothing.
Okay.
I can't even fancy a guess.
I don't think you'll kick yourself, but you'll definitely know it when you see it. It is the Manglore Mountain. Oh,
damn. I was going to say that.
Why did you just say it?
Because as soon as I seen that thing, that's the first thing that came to mind. And now I had that Manglore Mountain playset, but I was missing that piece.
Oh,
but the plunger that's in the dragon's mouth.
Yeah.
I recognize that, like, it made me think of that color, but I never had the cap, the top of the mountain. So it was just immediately out of my head.
Wow.
But the color made me think of it. I knew it was going to be that.
You had like a reverse Slumdog Millionaire where you had this life experience, but you were actually missing the piece that would have helped you answer the question.
That's a nice set. That's usually missing the yellow in the cage, the Manglore himself.
Yeah. You finally found the cap. Yes. Brick something. Shoot, this got personal. Never not guess, John. Who would have thunk it? Well, boom. There you go. There you go. All right, everybody. That is where we'll close things out. But before we close it out, I do want to say, John, you've been super duper busy with your shop, running a full-time actual retail shop and doing your online sales at the same time. So you've asked to maybe take a few Sundays off, like an every other Sunday thing for a while. So going forward, kind of every other Sunday, John will be here on those nights. And then on other nights, we'll have special guests filling in for John while he takes some well-deserved time off. I know you're working so hard, my friend. But anywho, we'll have special guests every other week, special guest hosts. And next week will be Mad Hatter from Mad Hatter Reviews is going to be subbing in for John next week. And then John will be back the following week, and then vice versa. So, John, you're not going anywhere, but you're taking time off, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I am.
But anywho, so that's so next week will be Mad Hatter, following week John, and I think after that, Toy Connections. We got working on a whole list of amazing guest hosts. There's more people I need to ask. So definitely be on the lookout for that. We will do the giveaway. I'm sorry, Scott. We will do it. Ryan Dole, he is going to be a guest as well. So a lot of fun guests. More people I need to ask. So if you're like, oh, why didn't you ask me yet? I'm just running through and just trying to reach out to as many as friends of the channel as possible to come in, and then some new people as well. I'd love to give some new people voices. To give John some well-deserved time off. But speaking of Mad Hatter, John, did you see his the Flip War? He revealed the prototype today.
Yes. Congrats to Hatter on a Flip War figure.
For sure. So we'll definitely talk to him about that next week. Kyle from Super7, I'm sure. I haven't asked him yet, but I gotta ask. Definitely we're gonna get some women on this show, get some diversity here, get some different perspectives that we haven't heard before. So yell scabs at the John replacements. No. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Retrovich is less John, I'm boycotting. But anyway, okay, John, we gotta do this giveaway, which I realize now I didn't make the form for. So let me do that real quick. John, speaking of that shop that you work so hard on, do you want to talk about your shop? Anything interesting happening there?
Yeah. I mean, it's been growing so fast, I guess you could say, where the amount of stuff coming in, like whether it's a lot of people bringing their stuff in. Like obviously that's what happens with the toy store, right? Like if it's collectibles, people just they bring in their stuff. Do you want to buy this? And most of the time, like the price is too good to turn anything away.
Yep.
So my biggest challenge lately has been like, where do I put all this stuff? Because obviously, like, I want to have all this new stuff that's coming in.
Yes.
You know, like there's so much like new classifieds, and like I got all like 80 figures of the Spiro AWOC figures. Just tons and tons of stuff. So
maybe they'll be in my toy halls in After Dark. You never know.
Maybe. So it's just like a lot of where am I going to put this? Where do I put all this stuff that's coming in? And
yes. Well, not that, but like it's kind of cool because I was there opening weekend. I've been a couple of times after. And like every time I show up to your shop, it's cool to see how quickly, because it was, you were kind of bummed that the walls were bare than you wanted them to be. I was like, I think you're gonna be filled up in no time. And already it's just like it's just more and more. The sprawl is sprawling throughout.
Yep. It is. It's growing fast, and it's only been like yesterday was 7 weeks, open 7 weeks, and it's been, man, crazy the amount of growth already.
Yeah, and hopefully continued growth and success. And luckily Gary's ship is still there. But Gary, I gotta get a Cat's Lair. I'm sorry. I gotta hopefully it hangs around long enough. I just put the form in the chat. Fill out that form. Put your YouTube handle name. It needs to be that YouTube handle name. But John, I gotta say, your pop section is also pretty prodigious. It's there's a lot of them there.
Yeah, and again, something else that just keeps coming in. But I'm okay with that now. Like at first, I was like, oh, I don't want to sell pops, but pops sell so good that.
Are you a pop convert now?
I kind of am, but I can't tell you like the way that there's pop purists that can just go down a list, right, and be like, oh, that's this much, this is rare, that's vaulted, that's common, that all the way up and down a list. And like I won't know any, like it's going to take a while for me to learn the gold from the trash.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been pretty good with the pops.
Yeah, that's I mean that's exciting. It's exciting. But you know what else I was pretty pumped to see you start to dabble in Pokemon cards.
Oh yes. Yep. A collection of pops came in and there was two tins of Pokemon cards included with it. And I told the kid that came in to sell the stuff, I'll be honest, I know nothing about Pokemon cards. Nothing. But it turned out well because I paid $20 for these 2 boxes of cards.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the stuff was in binder or like these little binder books.
Yep.
Or like a deck sorter, I guess you could call it, like the deck that they're going to take somewhere to play with, and it's already sorted in protectors. Mm-hmm. And I looked at the first card I pulled out, and the card was averaging a sale price of $27. So I'm like, oh, okay, I did pretty good. I'll do it.
You're hooked. You're hooked on the Pokemans. Riley, the first few tins are cheap. That's how they get you.
That's right. That's right.
Scott, next he's gonna sell HO trains.
No, Friday, Saturday or Friday, I can't remember what day it was. It was an old couple that came in that asked if I would buy their Franklin Mint cars.
Oh,
which I mean that Franklin Mint there's a lot of value in those.
Yep. I've always wanted a Richard Petty Franklin Mint race car. Did they have any of those?
No, there was it was all Corvettes. It was the Corvette collection, and then cars of the 60s and cars of the 50s, which they were specific collections.
Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess. But anyway, okay. Well, yeah, really pumped for how well the shop's doing. It was great to stop by yesterday. Stanley's Toy Channel was there. It's great to meet him in person.
Yep.
And what was his friend's name? I'm blanking now. I'm a bad person. I forgot. But
Sean,
both of them,
I believe.
Sean. Very nice to meet both of them. Okay. Everybody, I'll put the link in one more time. This is your last chance if you want a Black Chrysanthemum for free 99 or to at least play the duck race. This is your chance. Do not miss your chance to blow. Well, did it go? It's not going for some reason. Error occurred on YouTube. This is usually temporary. Let's try it again. Is it going to be a butthead? I'll go on. There we go. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
The form is there. Put in your names and let's do the damn thing. We got 154 people right now, so a lot of opportunities. Let's create. That's fine. All right. Get your names in. Last chance. Last chance, everybody. Again, for any of our new patrons, you'll be hanging out with us in After Dark. We're going to be talking about my flea market steals, which will be a ton of fun. And then tomorrow, that's tonight. That's right after we get offline here. And then tomorrow on GDL2, our Barbenheimer stream. Really pumped to talk about those two movies. Watched them back to back today. Absolutely adored both of them. Can't wait to talk about those with Ralph. And then for the first time ever, I don't think I said this before, first time ever in Geek Dad Life history, Mrs. Geek Dad Life herself, Colleen, will be joining the stream tomorrow night.
Awesome.
So Colleen grew up a big Barbie fan. I've been to her parents' house many a time, and she has all of her Barbies from childhood still there. She knows her Barbie. She also loves Oppenheimer. I don't know, but she loves movies. She's a regular podcaster as well for her own podcast. But super excited to have Colleen join us for the Barbenheimer stream tomorrow, 9:30. 9:30, everybody. Okay. The chat stopped for me. Did the chat stop for you as well?
Yeah,
John?
it's frozen. Yep.
So hopefully I'll go. Let me go find the stream real quick. I guess putting that link messed everything up. So I assume you all are still here. But let's get this duck race going. What are people saying? Are you seeing anything?
Nothing. No, it's not moving at all. It's not moving.
I'm just gonna pull it up.
As long as they can still see us, hear us.
Yeah, that's the important
duck race.
Duck race is the important part. Let's be honest. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, the chat's kind of frozen on here too.
That's weird.
It is weird. Hopefully, can people still see us? Let us know.
Let us know in the chat that we can.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we live? Right? Is this even happening right now?
Is this real life?
I think so. All right. Anyway, okay. It looks like it's live on the internet. Anyway, okay, let's do this. Okay, we can still see us. All right, good.
There it goes.
Okay, there it is. I guess that the forum killed the chat. Okay, back online. But yeah, Colleen joining us tomorrow for the Barbenheimer stream. So let's put in the names. Oh, let me check one more time. Here's your last chance for the forum. Hopefully people put in. All right, we got 170 some odd people to get a black chrysanthemum. And again, you have to be here when we announce this. Let's plug that in. All right. Are we ready, John?
Ready.
All right, let's do this thing. Let's see. 100 names and lists. I need more than 100. Hold on. Oh, wait. I got to log into my account. Sorry. John, stall some more.
Oh, no.
It only has to do 100 at a time on the
Is this gonna freeze up the chat again?
No, it better not. Life@gmail.com. We probably haven't done the duck races in a while.
No, we haven't done the duck races in a long time. We haven't done a giveaway in a long time.
It's true.
This is appropriate. We go back, do a giveaway. In the world, the universe does not want the giveaway to happen.
Apparently not. Incorrect. Damn it. Now I don't remember my password.
Oh, no.
It's fine. That's fine. I'm going to figure it out.
Oh, yeah. So I mentioned it to you, but on top, as well as Stanley's Toy Channel stopping at the store before going to GalaxyCon in Raleigh this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Angry Elf also came to the store.
Oh, dang. Awesome.
Yep. Got to meet some great people. And he lives in North Carolina. He lives, I want to say like maybe an hour and a half.
Oh, dang. Well, I'm kind of bummed I missed seeing him.
Yeah. Talk about Bonanza.
You like Bonanza?
Oh, Bonanza, yeah. So my neighbor, I was talking to my neighbor last night, and he's been like working with horses his whole life, like works on a farm and everything, but he was ex-military. Well, I was talking to him last night, and he was telling me how his brother lived in California and was also like in the world of like working with horses and everything.
Yeah.
And his brother's family was like an inspiration for that TV show Bonanza.
What?
Or like were consultants on it or something, or show runners. I don't know. But he was like, yeah, he's like, we still got those bonanza checks coming in. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, my family created the show Bonanza. And he's like, and we still get royalty checks. I'm like, yeah, because they show that on like all those like over the airwave, like rabbit ear channels.
Yeah.
I can still see. So that like just blew me away. And then he's like, yeah, and then they go to Hollywood like every year, and they have like Bonanza sort of like conventions where his family still goes, and is like they've been living off of Bonanza royalties for like their entire since the show was on.
And that show lasted forever too. That's kind of crazy.
That blows my mind. That absolutely blows my mind. And I wish Sue's uncle that passed away, because that was his favorite show. Like, I wish we had known prior that that our neighbor is like an heir to Bonanza.
That's awesome. And especially like Bonanza, I feel like is every parent or dad's show. Like my dad loves that show. He still watches that show.
It's like Bonanza, Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
It's just on that list, Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, exactly. Like all those shows. Riley Bob, Jay was so preoccupied with thinking whether or not he could give away a chrysanthemum, he failed to think if he should. All right, we got them all in. I got logged in, reset my password. So here we go. John, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Do this thing. There we go. Set. Good luck, everybody. Remember, you're all in to win a black chrysanthemum. Let's do the damn thing. Space bar, that's right.
Bonanza.
Wait, if I sing this song, is he gonna get like royalties on that too? Is he gonna get a check?
Oh, you might get a cease and desist from YouTube.
All right, we got Speaking Moistly in the lead. Toy Art's up there as well. In Embered Wings.
Galactic Man Larry is coming up hot.
Yeah, real fast. I see Rick and Bianco up there.
You're losing steam.
Gary's in the mix. That'd be easy. I could just hand him the thing next time I see him.
Gordon Shumway.
Michael Miller's in the mix.
Gary, come on.
Come on, Gary.
Here comes Easy E.
Luis Craze. Speaking Moistly is just Speaking Moistly is dropping back. Oh no. And it's gonna be Pablo Gonzalez.
Congratulations.
I think my duck drowned. Pablo, are you in the chat? Make yourself heard.
Let us know. Speak up.
Speak up or forever hold your peace. But congrats. When did I just witness a duck race? Pablo, are you in the chat?
He is. He's here. Yep,
okay.
He's here.
There we go. All right. Well, Pablo, if you can send an email to geekdadlife@gmail.com, we will get you your this bad boy shipped your way. All right. Hold on. This duck is still going. Oh my God. All right. That's it. Wait. Yeah. For Geek Dad Life's Toy Geeks. We'll see you in After Dark. Got some hauls to talk about that I bought from John's shop, as well as my flea market steals, as well as whatever John wants to share too. Yep. Whatever else happens, you never know. So coming out there for your patron. If not, we'll see you all at least next Sunday, if not earlier. So until next time, hasta luego. And goodbye. Take care, everybody.